I'm Redmond Herring, the author of Escape from Freedom and Living in a Lie. Both of these novels are real-life mysteries written to entertain my readers with suspenseful thrillers, whodunit crime stories, and never-ending courtroom drama, all with unpredictable results. My stories are about true-life characters who struggle with erroneous facts, misguided reality, and an endless pursuit for large sums of money. I begin my novels with detailed profiles of the main characters, some of whom may sound like a relative or a neighbor or maybe you. These intertwined personalities create continuous excitement for my readers, who develop empathy for the victims and are angered by the criminals. My stories always involve some legal entanglement that will awaken your observations of the social injustice that exists in our courts. Not only will you learn that the law is not always fair and just, you will come to appreciate the victim's predicament in their pursuit for justice. You may even have a suggestion for the victim. Walk away from that scoundrel. Give up your quest. It's costing you your future. You will be entertained, involved, and misled by Redmond Herring, who is always the main protagonist, using his logic, common sense, and humor to end the agony of disappointments. I'll be reading my favorite passage from Escape from Freedom, Best Laid Plans, pages 73 to 78. All rise, yelled the deputy sheriff. Hear ye, hear ye. I object, Your Honor. Are all the parties present and ready to proceed? Yes, Your Honor. Judge Norris then said, I've reviewed all of the documents filed by both parties. Should I conclude that both parties do not want to recant their affidavits or resolve their differences, and both parties want to terminate the marriage? Yes, Your Honor. Norris continues, let me advise Mr. Blake, Miss Blake, because you both were living in Grundy County prior to your separation in November of 1989, and your 5 minor children were living on the farm near Freedom, Illinois, until I find otherwise. The state of Illinois and Grundy County have jurisdiction in the following matters that will be decided in this court: child custody, child support, parental rights, visitation, your divorce decree, division of marital assets, and any other matters pertaining to your marriage are under my jurisdiction. It should be noted that I do not know the other parties in this petition. Mrs. Blake, let me give you some advice at this point. It seems that you took matters into your own hands by assuming Minnesota court can intervene in the welfare of your children. Your children are the wards of this state and subjected to the decision made in this circuit court. You may think you have the authority to relocate your minor children wherever you decide. You cannot move your children out of this county without complete agreement from both custodial parents. If there's a disagreement to where the minor children shall reside, then this court will decide. Not you, not any other court. Do you understand? Mrs. Blake, you can be thankful that Mr. Blake, or any of his attorneys, nor the state of Minnesota, did not file with the FBI your escapade. You violated state and federal laws by transferring your 5 minor children over 3 state borders without permission from their legal father or this county. Mrs. Blake, you could be found guilty of kidnapping. These are severe consequences for felony kidnapping. In some states, felony kidnapping renders a sentence of 5 to 10 years per incident. Mrs. Blake, you could be guilty of 5 counts of kidnapping, sentenced to prison for 25 to 50 years. Now, that would not be in the best interest of the children, would it? I do realize that you may think there were mitigating circumstances to justify your irrational behavior, but the courts will decide, not you. A cold chill went through the large courtroom as Sarah began to cry. The judge continued, "Now, let me warn both parties. Tell those out-of-state lawyers that we do things differently here in Grundy County. Unlike big city courts and big shot attorneys, the court in these parts facilitate fair and just resolutions. Unlike those liberal courts in Minnesota, I look at matters from a logical viewpoint and decide what makes sense. This court knows there has been a flurry of legal paperwork flying between lawyers here and in Minnesota. I am very capable of writing my own orders. I do not need any reference to the rules of law that interfere with my use of logic and natural reasoning. In my 20 years on this bench, I do not need any written reminders reciting the facts of evidence or the facts of findings. Secondarily, Mr. Willison, do not let outsiders tell you how to practice law in Grundy County." Judge Curtis Norris concludes his disquisition. "There are a lot of issues in your marriage dissolution that I will resolve. Do not take me for granted. What I say, I mean. My orders will be upheld. The sheriff in this county enforces my order with a fervent interest. Are there any questions or matters unresolved at this time?" This court is dismissed until further notice. I object, Your Honor.